Well, hey there everyone, welcome to another bonus video. This is not the monthly bonus video for the top tier patrons. This is one I'm just making just because it's for the mid-tier patrons as well. Every now and then I like to do that because you all support me every month and I believe I should try and give you as much content as possible. So here it is. This video is going to be on the gear that I use and my setup and my process of making videos, what I've accumulated over the last few years, and how the sausage gets made, basically, and what I use to make the sausage. This metaphor is getting away from itself. Hope you enjoy it.
So first things first, my studio. This is not a studio, this is just a spare room in the apartment that myself and my girlfriend rent. Here is the front of my desk. This is what it looks like. This is what you don't see when I'm making a video. I sit here where I write and record my videos. Something that I've actually never been asked, but I think is kind of cool. I don't use any lighting. All my light from all my videos it's not a very nice day, but it comes from natural light. I don't have anything against lighting. In fact, I'll probably have to use some eventually if I move or whatever, but I just really like what natural light gives. I think it's nicer on my face. It comes down at a nice angle. Now, the camera that I use is this one right here. It's a Sony A7 III. Just took the lens cap off. It is a Zeiss lens, 24 to 70 millimeter. I usually shoot at around just that point. Everything's very untechnical with me. I pretty much shoot at about 26 millimeter, relatively wide. And yeah, that's it. That's my camera. It's good. I got it a couple of years ago because Lauren and I, it's my girlfriend, who owns this desk, by the way. A lot of people think this desk is my desk. This is her desk. That is my desk. We bought this a couple of years ago because we really wanted to start shooting more stuff. I'm an actor, as you might remember. I shot a web series. Some of you dedicated fans may have seen it. It's on my other channel. I shot a whole web series on an iPhone 10, and it was a pretty arduous process. I'm really stretching the limits of what a phone can do. So we're like, all right, we've paid our dues with our phones. Let's get a proper camera. And this is the camera that we share. It's really good. I love it. You can get them for, around 1,500 Australian these days. There's much better versions of this, but this is all I need. Absolutely. And the other cool thing that I like about this as well as the natural lighting, I also don't have it perched on a tripod or anything. This is literally how I shoot my videos. I put my camera here and I sit down in my chair and that's it. That's how I've shot every single Elliot Roberts video, because sometimes it's not always about the tools. This is just a window to the outside. This is a pathway to just more apartments in the area that I live in. There's a stairwell just there. So I'm often dealing with annoying sounds, annoying noises, cars coming backing in and that kind of thing. So the microphone that I used, I upgraded it. It was the ABBA video that I changed my microphone. Not the ABBA video, it was the Get Back review video. That was the first video with with this microphone here, the new microphone. Just thought I'd fix that up. I'm making so many mistakes. I now use this. This is a Shure MV7. It is like the baby brother of the one that everyone uses, the Shure MB or Shure. I don't know. It's like the one you see in like every YouTube video, pretty much every podcast. This is the little brother of it. It's cheaper. I got it from a discount through my work and I love this thing. I think it does a really good job. Good job blocking out the noises as well. It's also not one of those big crane things that you see YouTubers use a lot. It's just on this little stand and kind of looks a bit old-fashioned, but also a bit futuristic as well. I like it. I think it's cool. This is the microphone that I used to use. This is a Rode NT USB. These go for about 200. That one goes for about 350, I think. So this is the one I use every video before the Get Back review. Uses this microphone just here. This is still pretty good. Just brought in a lot of other outside noises, so I stopped using it and went for something a bit more befitting to what I do. And that's the thing, like you buy, where am I? You buy the tools that you need to get the job done. Like I said, I filmed a whole web series on my iPhone before I upgraded my camera finally. I used that microphone because I just needed a microphone, and upgraded it because I was getting more views, more subscribers, and I feel like I earned it. I have never really liked when people just buy all the gear from the jump. You hear this all the time, people who want to start YouTube channels or make movies or web series, and they just buy the most expensive camera, the most expensive drone, which no one ever uses, the most expensive gimbal or microphone, and they don't know what they're doing with it. Grow incrementally. Like, as you use more things and you realize the limits of them, that's where you can go, all right, I can get something else. That being said, you may be aware that I used to work at Apple. I only quit there recently, so I do have quite a few Apple products. That is because I got a pretty good discount on them. Before I left, I upgraded both computers. Must be very nice. I use 2 different computers. So I use this yellow iMac, which I really, really love. You might notice that I use yellow in a lot of my videos for text and that kind of thing. I have a thing for yellow, not just any yellow, like kind of like a dark, almost orangey level. I really like this. Got the little yellow HomePod over there. So yeah, this is what I primarily edit on. It's an M1 iMac. I really love it. What have we got here? I'm writing currently my Steve Jobs video, so this is the process of that. I'm basically a lot of bullet points together, and then I turn it into something with, that's a script. That's a little preview for you. It might not look anything like that. In terms of what I edit on, there's Steve Jobs Blu-ray to give you an idea. In terms of what I edit on Final Cut Pro. I've got a video up here. This was you mid-tier patrons won't know what this is. This is the bonus video for July. This is me kind of reacting to the Beatles anthology special features. So yeah, I use Final Cut Pro. I use mainly Apple products because, like I said, I worked at Apple. And when you work at Apple, you get a lot of nice perks. And one of them is that you get Logic Pro, the music making program, and Final Cut Pro, which normally costs around $500. You get those for free. So I know a lot of people that edit on Premiere Pro or DaVinci Resolve or whatever, but I got this free. It's not a subscription. I have it for life, and I really like using it, and it works really well with Apple products. So I think I'm going to be a Final Cut Pro user for the rest of my life, honestly. I won't go into the process of how I sort my libraries and everything. That's probably getting a bit too nerdy, and I don't want to lose you all. This is the James Webb Telescope images that I've fallen in love with recently. I edit using these as well, these Lacy hard drives. I swear by these. They're nice and rugged, so if you drop them, nothing usually happens. I have a bit of space on here, but I just think it's always good to edit off hard drives, because then you can also use a laptop as well. This is the MacBook Pro that I use when I'm on the go. I wasn't going to get 2 computers, but then I found that I was traveling a bit, moving around. I'm often in different spots. So yeah, that's a M1 Pro MacBook Pro that I use, 14-inch. I really, really love it. I'm glad Apple brought the ports back in MagSafe. In terms of headphones, these are AirPods Max. Again, Apple. I love these. These are one of my favorite things I own. These allow me to listen to things like, the new Paul McCartney 123 releases on Dolby Atmos. They just sound terrific. I can just go from listening to a podcast on my phone to editing on my computer, and it just changes between the two really nicely. I don't always edit with them though, because they're more of a, they're a headphone that I use for having fun. I primarily edit on these. These are a really beat up pair of Audio Technicas that I've had since 2016. They look old and like they probably don't work, but these work as good as the day I got them. They're a great brand, Audio Technica, and these are the AT MX20 or whatever they're called. They're the ones that everyone seems to have. They're great. Why I have this here is because I did a Flow Key ad a few months ago, and I haven't really put this away. I don't play too much keyboard at all. The reason I have VHS tapes on my computer is because there's a VHS player down there. It's not for any videos. I've just been
collecting VHS tapes from my family and digitizing them. I bought a connector that allows you to digitize all your old VHS tapes, because VHS turns really bad after 25 or 30 years, and I'm 31, so I'm like, I gotta digitize these videos. Anyway, that's off topic. That's why I have tapes on my desk. So basically the process is I will write a video, spend a lot of time on that. In terms of procrastinating, I procrastinate the most when I'm writing, because writing is, you're creating something out of absolutely nothing. All the other stages of being a YouTuber, you've always got something to work with. Once you have the script for your video, you've got it, and you can shoot, which is obviously the next phase. So I set this up, I shoot. Usually things only take me a day to shoot. Longer videos like the Lennon and McCartney rankings took me a few days. The McCartney ranking took me like 5 or 6 days to shoot. So I shoot with that. The sound comes through this microphone using GarageBand, and then Final Cut Pro does that magic thing where it just syncs the sound and video together, and then I edit on Final Cut Pro, like I said. Oh yeah, you might notice that there's no fiddle leaf fig here. That actually sits out in my living room. I bring it in for the video because I think it looks nice, but there's like no room to have it here normally. So like these are a bunch of cupboards with film photographs that myself and my girlfriend have taken. Lauren actually is a bit of a crew member of the Elliot Roberts videos. She helps to bring about my silly thumbnail designs that I create. Usually I'll come up with a rough sketch of a thumbnail, and she's the one that has Photoshop and Procreate on her iPad and knows how to use them. And she helps me to create all my thumbnails. So that's Lauren. And this is Martha, everyone. She doesn't help out directly with the videos, but she is a good moral support for me. She looks a bit choppy at the moment. I cut her fur for her because I didn't want to pay $70 to have a groomer do it. You may remember her from the yesterday video. I believe that's where she popped up. I called her Martha after Paul McCartney's sheepdog, Martha, when he got a dog in the 60s. I just thought it was a really cute name, and who doesn't love that association? You may remember this from the Paul McCartney ranking video. This is my Hofner bass. It doesn't really appear in videos usually, but this isn't the most expensive one. There's like 3 tiers of the Hofner bass that you can get. This is kind of the mid tier. It's not the really cheap Icon series one, but it's not like the replica that Paul McCartney uses, which is like $3,000 or something like that. I got this in 2008. I replaced the strings with the flat wound strings. Hang on. See, these flat wound strings are more like a double basses, smooth strings without any ridges. That's what gives it its real smooth, velvety sound. Yeah, I tried to make it as Paul as possible. I got an old strap as well, because I think a Hofner bass with a contemporary guitar strap just looks stupid. So yeah, that's the bass. Oh, one more thing. The chairs. I realized this is actually the thing that most people ask me about. These lovely brown leather chairs. I'm going to put the website up where you can get these. Now, they are the Ames Premium Replica High Soft Pad Management Office Chair. It's from an Australian website, but this is basically a chair that you can get anywhere around the world. It's a replica, or proposed replica of the famous Ames chair. I really like it. I do a lot of sitting, and I wanted like a high back chair. I hate gamer chairs. I really hate 90% of the chairs that I see in videos from YouTubers, and I wanted something a bit more classy looking. I really like this color brown. So that's the chair that I use. I got it for my 30th birthday. I'm realizing that probably a lot of this video just appears to be me just touting all of my gear that I own. But bear in mind, I started on this. This is just a little cheap 12-inch MacBook. They don't sell this anymore. This is what I started on. This is where I was at the beginning of my YouTube process. I only had the camera and this, and I bought that microphone during the pandemic, and that was that. You know, you start off with what you can, and then you grow from there. And I'm lucky enough because of people like yourself who are supporting me through this process that I can keep using the tools that I'm using to create videos for you. So look, it all comes back down to you all. Thank you so much. Since quitting my job, it's been a little scary, I suppose, knowing that this is all
I do now for work, but it's been great. Yeah, I don't really know how to end this video, but if you have any questions, if you want to know more about my process or the gear that I use or more about this apartment, let me know and I'll do my best to answer them. Otherwise, thank you so much. Thanks for joining me. See, another yellow thing. It's my water bottle. I love yellow. Yeah, thanks everyone. Goodbye.